Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, John Patrick, and I am so excited to be here tonight with you all and really excited about the show on tonight because this guy is phenomenal and he has a lot of knowledge, and I'm extremely excited to have him here on the show tonight. So, and extremely excited to introduce him to you guys. So, before we get started, you already know, if you don't mind, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Click on the subscribe button, and while you're clicking on the subscribe button, click on the notify so you can be notified when new episodes and new videos are uploaded to the channel. And then while you're there, go ahead and click on that like button, because if you click on the like button, it pushes it out to more people. And if you're not following the podcast on TikTok and Instagram, you can follow us there, the Dope Ass Dude podcast, and you can follow me on Twitter. So, but yep, make sure you follow on TikTok and on Instagram. And if you're on the go, like most people are nowadays, you can always check out the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. So you can always find the podcast there. But we're going to go ahead and get on to it. I'm really excited about having Ezel on the show on tonight because this guy is definitely an inspiration. I came across him on Facebook. When I came across him on Facebook, I saw a couple of his posts and everything that he is doing. And he is an author. He's written 2 children books. I've read both of them. Mike Isn't Scared, and Mike Wants a Bike. And both of them are great books that he dedicated to his son, which I think is remarkable. So we're going to talk about that a little bit on tonight. And then also, this guy is, as you guys already know, I am big on divine connections and about how God can place you in places at the right time to do some extraordinary things. And this guy had an experience that he just so happened to be in a location with someone we're going to talk about tonight, but it just turned out to be something that was life-changing for him and something that is just freaking amazing. So but before I bring him out, the 2 books that he has is Purple Mike Isn't Scared and Purple Mike Wants a Bike. You can find both of those books on Amazon, and they have them available for you to have them delivered to your home, or if you are like a reader on the go, you can have them on Kindle. So again, I'm really excited to have him here, and let's go ahead and bring him on out. What's up, man?
What's going on, family? I'm back here like literally cheesing. Thank you so much for having me on your show, man. And I want to start off by saying you are a dope ass dude, my brother. Sincerely, you are dope. I'm honored to be here.
I appreciate that, man. And I'm honored to have you on here. And honestly, like, dude, like when I went and I, studied up on you and everything, I am just like, I'm never impressed with people. So let me put that out. I never try to use the word impressed, but I'm always inspired by people. And no lie, when I studied up on you, because it's funny, when you see people on social media, and especially if it's our personal page, we miss the genius and the brilliance of people because we separate our grind from our personal. So at first, you was posting a lot of your personal stuff, but then once I noticed, like, this guy has a podcast, and then you have books, and then I went and I looked up everything and listened to some of your stuff. It's just like I'm connected with greatness here, and it get lost in the shuffle. So I'm happy to have you here, man.
Man, it's an honor to hear that. Sincerely, it truly honestly is. I know that social media is basically everybody's highlight reel, right? Just post your highs and that'll be it, but like I've honestly like have this thing where I used social media as like my public journal, for quite a while in my life. And so you would see like the times where I failed. You would see like where I would say like things like, man, you know what? I wasn't able to get this interview, but I know something great is gonna come down the line and things of that nature, you know. And there's a lot of people that will say, hey, no one cares, and that, but there are people that care. I'm personally one of those people that if I see that you having a bad day and you post it on your status, you're gonna get a DM from me. I'm gonna be, hey, you okay? How can I help? Things of that nature. So, you know, I've always hoped that like I would inspire people to do the same. But man, I'm running off at the mouth. Go ahead, my brother.
No, no,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. You're fine, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about you. You know, I want them to get to know you. So tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Man, okay, so I am Ezel Moon. That is my stage name. I'm originally from Houston, Texas. My roots lay in Nigeria. I've lived in many different places. Let's see. I am a father of one. His name is Michael. He's the person I named my books after, and I'm so inspired by him. He's my reason for everything that I do, and I love him so much. Uh, when I get emotional because of the fact that I talk about my son, is because of the fact that you know, me and his mom, we don't see eye to eye on some things, but when it comes to him, that's the thing that like we're for sure like, yeah, no. This
Yeah.
him, like that's what we know, you know. Let's see. I let's see, man, I taught. So for all my teachers, that are watching this, I want you to know I love y'all. Keep going. The work that you put in, it makes a difference. One day they will pay us what we need to be paid. And also to all the other unsung heroes, because I got people in my family that are nurses, that are doctors, all the unsung heroes. A shout out to you guys as well. Let's see. I'm an empathetic person. I believe in kindness, empathy, and understanding. Um, yeah, man, I'm a fun-loving guy. I like long walks on the beach. And ladies, if you're single, nah, but jokes aside though,
He ain't joking, y'all. He's serious.
Oh man, nah, brother. But yeah, let's see. For me, you know, it's funny because I always do this, right? I default into the things that I do, but anytime someone says, well, besides all of that, I always tell them I'm an overcomer. I take any situation in my life, and even when I'm down, I make sure that I push past it. And that's something that I try to instill in other people. Like with every lesson that I learned through each interview that I've ever done, you know, it's so easy to say who you are and tie it to the things that you've done. But how many times can you honestly just say, like, I mean, I am such and such, and not describe like all the stuff that you put out into the world, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the philosopher in me.
No, and that's amazing, you know, because the funny thing is I get accused of that same thing, you know, because I normally don't like talking about accomplishments and things I've achieved and so forth. You know, I think it's bigger things in the world to talk about than just myself. So, you know, or what I've achieved. It's like, you know, but who am I at the core? And that's what I tell people all the time. And I like how you said earlier that you use social media as your journal, and that's kind of like the dope ass dude. You know, I want to be an inspiration, you know, to people. I'm 50, man, so I want to be an inspiration to people. Let them know, regardless to what age you are, what color you are, you can do whatever you want to do. There is nothing holding you back. So if I can inspire people to do that, I'm good. So
My brother, hold on. You're not gonna just glide past the I'm 50 part. Boy, you listen, y'all. Crack. I'm sorry. Black don't crack unless he's smoking. Like my man's right here looking like a solid 32 in the face.
I
I mean,
appreciate
do
the
you see
line.
this? It's not the nice lighting. No. It is literally him. And look at this man smile. Like, no, y'all, no. You right? Don't listen. 50? Bro, nah, I'm sorry.
I'm
I was,
50, brother, and I'm
bro,
enjoying every bit of it, brother. I'm 50 because I mean, but the funny thing is, people count us out at certain
right.
ages. Even once you're just 32, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and once you get older and you hit 40, then people are like, "Oh, you're 40," and then once they come with their 40, they have a list of limitations they have for you
Mm,
because you're 40, or you're a woman, or you're a black woman, or you are a Hispanic woman. There are limitations when people do that. So my thing is just people. Everything I put out, I always sign it with "be your own vibe." And my thing is be your own vibe, create whatever you want to be, and be dope as fuck while you're doing it. So
absolutely.
there you go. So okay, but we about to get into this other stuff. We know you don't want to talk about it, but we about to get into this good stuff.
Oh,
So
God.
let's talk about
God.
your books, man. I know both of them were written for your son, Michael. But let's talk about, and I know they're all purple because you're a part of this fraternity, right? That's purple and gold, right?
The greatest fraternity known to man, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I pledged at the University of Texas at Arlington, Mu Beta. And I am, in fact, Spring 11 to 5 dog. Live dog, no time to shuck and jive dog. That guy, I am him. Heartbreaker 5 is what they used to call me. Wiz Khalifa, QK, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You did. Yeah. Continue. But
Yes,
continue.
in the book, Mike, the little main character, he so happened to be purple. Everybody has a different color: yellow, jasmine, red. I think James or some
Yeah,
one of the
red.
green. Yeah, everybody has a name. I
Right.
mean, a color assigned to them. But one thing I did notice in the second book, Purple Mike Wants a Bike. Why did Mike Bike have to have gold stripes on it? You
I
just
mean,
like
you
really
already
put a
know
mega.
why. But come on, man. You know why? Because it's all right. So Purple Mike Wants a Bike is actually the first one, right? The
Okay,
second one
okay,
was Purple Mike Isn't Scared. But
okay.
Purple Mike Wants a Bike was my it was my magnum opus, right? I was so hard on myself when it came to trying to release that book, man. And honestly, getting all the little nuances and everything, making sure that even the little lightning stripes on there, man, I had to make sure were right. I was so now so difficult with me, and I'll never forget. And I want to give a shout out to anybody and everybody that got the black and white version before the colored version. Like there was like a whole misprint that took place. People got black and white versions, and then but people just enjoyed and loved it so much. The kids loved it so much they went back and got color copies. Like so, shout out to anybody and everybody that did that. I want to personally say I love y'all and hold on to those books because those are gonna be collector's items in the future. I promise you that. I promise. I promise. They are. But yeah, man. I had to make sure that it was purple and gold, man. I got little nuances in there, but for me, the biggest thing is always gonna be the lesson. Like how kids should comport themselves whenever they're dealing with different situations. When it comes to like, hey, I have a slight level of disappointment in what's taking place right now. Keeping hope alive even when you don't want to. I just saw this movie Super Mario Brothers, and this little character was like, just like Hope, it's all something like futile or something like that. And I just want to make sure that hey, I put something in the world that says, hey, look, hope is not futile. Hope is not just something that is fleeting. If you hold on to it, it can help you get through. But
Yeah,
yeah, man, that's
yeah. And it's like the message. I mean, the illustrations are very good. I love that, and then also just the whole story of it. Like he got lost in time in the beginning, so lost that everybody had left him
yep,
and they were already at his birthday party, and he was late. So
yeah.
it was just like everything was really, really good. So, what age group do you believe your books are for?
Man, my books are literally for, honestly speaking, for anybody and everybody that could pull a lesson from it. Anybody, you could be 48, 92, and if you read Purple Mike Wants Back and you say, man, you know what, this reminds me of when I wanted such and such, and I thought that I was gonna get, excuse me, and I had to, you know, navigate those feelings. If you think like that when you open up one of my books, it's for you. It is for you. I know Amazon makes me put it there for like between the ages of, I'd say, 3 to 7, and even when it's a 3-year-old reading it, it's like, oh, okay, well, this is an advanced 3-year-old that's reading this book, right? But man, it's interesting to me because I've had parents at their big age tell me like, hey man, as I was reading this, I was thinking about this thing that was going on, and I gotta be fearless, whenever they read Purple Mike Isn't Scared. I was thinking about when I tried to do when I was about to start this, business on the side, but I feel like him at the top of the slide. And the wild part is this sounds like complete, to me, whenever I say it out loud, it's like, it sounds like complete BS, but it actually happened. That's the wild thing about it. Like, in real life, people actually draw from it at their big age. So it's a blessing. So I would say, yeah, from 3 to 7, right? But if you are grown, or you just happen to pick it up and you reading it and you just making jokes and like pointing issues out, but you really draw something from it, it's for you as well. It is for you as well.
Because I did like how in Purple Mike Isn't Scared, like how, the other little kids, when it came to the slide, and he was brave enough, he didn't allow his fear. Well, he had his own way of dealing with it. He count down. So, or he would count to 10 when he crossed the street, and then he count down from 5 when he got ready to do the slide. So I think a lot of times in life, there are going to be moments when we are afraid, but you have to find that thing that you can do to kind of like process it a little bit and take that fear out, because it's a great joy when you go ahead and go through with it. So yeah, they're both amazing books, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks. You gotta be able to push through the fear, man. You gotta be able to push through the fear. Anytime before I have an interview where like I'm like, man, why I look like sitting across from this guy? Who am I? I literally count down or I count up, and I just I hit that button and I just do it, and I want, bro, like, I wrote these for my son, I wrote these for my son, and because he's the reason why I do everything. He's the reason, man. He's the reason. So for other people to draw things from it and utilize it, God, I'm blessed. I'm thankful, and I appreciate you enjoying that book. Let me know when you want me to autograph it. I'm coming to Dallas, so I got you.
Oh, nice. If I had some tears left in me, I would cry right about now.
Boy, you don't, man, don't. I'm in I'm in as I know what my IG look like. I'm still an emotional individual, but I learned that about myself every time. We keep going.
Yeah, and I have to put this comment up on the screen because it's family. He definitely look good, but not 32. See, this is why you don't invite family to your stuff right here. This is my nephew talking this crap.
Come on, man. That man looks like a solid, like, bro, like, I don't see now wrinkle, bro. I don't care. My man is killing the game right now.
I appreciate that, brother. So let's go on, because this is something I'm definitely interested into, and I thought this was so cool. Your podcast, and like how you have people on there and you ask them about their charity to bring awareness to it, to get other people involved in it. So let's talk about the podcast, and because you talk about a little bit of everything on there. So let's talk about that.
Man, so for me, a frank conversation, right, is something that, and I want to first start off by saying, Shout out to Ricky Marshall. That's my brother. He actually managed me for a little bit. Shout out to Lex in the Box, the person that one of the first people that inspired me to do these things. Shout out to literally anybody and everybody that has come on the show and extended a hand and said, "Hey, I feel like this is great. You need to talk to this person." Giovanna, I love you to death. Every last person, my son's mother, my everybody that has paid attention to my interviews, thank y'all so much. I always like to lead with that because I remember when I started, I was lost, man. I was in a place of like, well, what exactly is it that I really want to do with my life? And so when I found that, hey, I started off with me, and big shout out to Dwight Gentry, root to the breast. When it started off with me playing him in mini air hockey, and I played him, and we were, and I interviewed him as well. He was one of the first people that came to my place, and then from there, I just kept scaling up and reaching out to people, and like I said, I have so many interviews where they haven't been edited and uploaded, but when it happens, I promise, like people will see that I have been doing this for a while. Let's see, the goal of each and every show, whenever I'm on it, is to help out a different charity or not. What does it say? What does that say? My bad, I can't see.
She just said, "I love him already."
Oh man, I love you too. Honestly, I do. I have always, my goal has always been to help out different charities or nonprofits because that's always what I've been about. That's part of the reason why I'm part of the fraternity that I'm a part of, because when I first stepped onto the campus at University of Texas at Arlington, I was like, man, like looking around. Of course, they were strolling, they were hopping. I got mad love for everybody at all the different chapters at UT Arlington. Um, but the bros were the ones who, like, my mentor, he was a part of, and he really embodied service. And I was always like that. My parents were like that. My sisters who came up after me, they're like that. Every last person that I've been connected to, they care about the community as a whole and uplifting it. And so that is something that has always been reflected in me. And that's something I wanted to make sure that I did. And so to be able to live out a dream where I said, hey, let me talk to people and each interview help out a charity or nonprofit that they mentioned, that was a blessing. That was like, I mean, like, it's just the fact that I was able to figure out, oh, okay, well, this is the avenue in which I want to be able to help out all these different charities and nonprofits. I remember throwing different events by myself just because I just felt like, hey, here's an event that I want to put on, and people saying, yeah, I want to help, I want to bring that to fruition. So it's a frank conversation is basically a reflection of me as a person, you know, um, and it's really in real time. You watch me learn. Even when people don't have charities and nonprofits to shout out, I come up with one. I come. Hey, look. Well, guess what? We're gonna pick a woman called Moses. March of Dimes. We're gonna pick up. Somebody's gonna get helped with this show. I'm gonna figure it out some kind of way. Goddamn. But yeah, like it's always been a blessing, man. And oddly enough, man, I debate whether or not I should even call it a podcast because in my mind, I'm always like, man, this is an interview series. It's literally just a series of interviews that I've been doing for years, and I
Yeah.
just so happen to be able to help people with it.
Yeah. And it's really good that you have a large following and you have the support that you need because for one thing, people really, you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, well, I want to start a podcast." And then of course, it's easy to start a podcast. It's
Right.
easy to come up with a name, a logo, and to just go out and do it. But people do not understand the difficulties of getting content, guests, and just trying to stay authentic to yourself because it's so easy to start gravitating to what is going to get likes and conversations that's going to get likes. There's a lot of work that goes into podcasting or interviews, like you say. So, what is your process for finding guests? Like, how do you go about selecting the people that you bring on your show?
Man, honestly speaking, I look for people that I feel like are just they're doing something. You know, I don't care how big or how small the something is that you're doing. Forget worrying about, oh man, that guy got 200 million followers. Man, 90, I don't care about that. I've interviewed people that, let me tell you something, and this is the honest thing. I've interviewed people that have literally only a couple hundred followers, but they increase the value of my audience by tens of millions of dollars. I stopped worrying about the numbers, man, like a long time ago. And I said, I'm just gonna focus on who this person is.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I sat with a politician that was doing cannabis cannabis as well. And his mom was inside the was in the audience. And I was just so happy to be able to just sit with these people, man. I've sat with people that could change your life with a stroke of a pen. But I'm someone that I don't ride on other people's coattails, man. I just would rather give everybody else the game and the ability to, to learn from the conversations that are taking place, you know? So what goes into to answer your question, um, what exactly is it that this person is doing that I say that, I mean, I can identify with that, you know? Uh, because I always reach out, I mean, and I've been told no so many times, man. I've been told no so many times. But for at least every interview that you've seen that has been like, man, that's a good interview. There's been people behind that said no. I've had to accelerate other people's interviews. There's been times where some fell through. There's been times where, I mean, things happened in my life and I would try to reschedule, but they were like, nah. I've lost some amazing interviews, man, because life was lifing at the time.
Yeah.
But when I say my process, man, is just to keep asking, keep going. This, man, I'll never forget. Joe Budden said this on his podcast. Man, ain't no money in it's people leaving this space because ain't no money in this. It isn't. It isn't. You are really putting out this content unless you are able to get people to fund you with ads. But if you want to be somebody that's independent, really trying to do it, and you just gotta keep going. There's no two ways about it. You just have to keep going. And that's literally all I do. I don't know when to stop, man. I don't know when to stop because I don't want to stop. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm sorry, I couldn't shake my shoulders I like that too much, man. But no, but jokes aside, I truly and honestly want people to understand that the process is just keep asking. ABC, always be closing. Keep asking, man. Keep asking. People will say no the first time. People say, give some time. I got people watching me right now, that are looking just to see, like they're waiting for when it blows up and explodes, and now it's like, oh, everybody wants to be on it. That's when they're gonna approach me and say, okay, all right, I want to be on your show now.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So we do have a question, and I want to go get this question before I
Go
move on
ahead.
to the next one. So it says, how did Ezel get started writing his books? How did you get started?
So what happened was I just like everything else, I literally said, you know what? I've always been an avid reader. My father will tell you that I read uh, voraciously was the word that he used. Um, but for me, how I started writing books was I used to write poetry. I still write poetry every now and again. Um, it was very, very descriptive. I still have some poetry around here somewhere. But one one day, man, I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna write children's books. And I saw what other people were doing when it came to writing children's books, but I didn't want to do that. Like, I didn't want to outsource it. I didn't want to get a story from somebody else. I just wanted to just put what was on my mind to paper, and you know, that's what I did. That's literally what I did. So I just started writing. Then I edited it, and then I had somebody else take a look at it. Then I got somebody to illustrate it, and boom, Purple Mike Wants a Bite. And then I did this, repeated the process for Purple Mike Isn't Scared, and then um, I got 2 more books on the way, man. I got this is the exclusive, but I got 2 more books on the way.
When are you releasing them?
I'm trying to. I want to get one out by the end of this year, and then by surprise, well, not surprise release, but like early of next year as well. But I'm thinking about, honestly, fall. Fall should be when the next book comes.
Nice. So we're gonna go to the next part because I am really excited about this here. So this just goes to show sometimes, when we are in the right place at the right time, great things can happen. But you have to be ready, and you can't allow that fear to get in the way. So like I said, whatever your process is, if you have to count down from 5, like Purple Mike with the alpha dad, because his dad was black and gold. So
wait, hold on now. Hold on. We're not going to disrespect the offer right now. I will Birdman, Kodak Black, this whole thing right now.
Purple Mike's dad was black and gold, so I thought he was an alpha. He was an alpha.
All right, look, bet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I read, because I'm not an alpha. I'm going to be able to tell you that right now. But thanks for that, though. Thanks for that design, though, because guess what I'm finna, look, let me show you what I'm finna do, goddamn. Let me show you what his costume change gonna be like.
Okay, well, right now, I'm just calling it the way I saw it, in the book. But it goes to show you guys when this next thing. So, and you have to tell me if this. We're gonna talk about Mark Cuban. So, from what I understand, from what I read, it was a restaurant in the West End.
Yeah, man.
They were in the West End. Burger I Am. That was the name.
Black owned. Yeah. Shout out to my guy.
And I guess it was during COVID or something like that.
It was during COVID. It was during the George Floyd protest as well. We went out there, me and my brother Ricky, we went out there, man, and we just wanted to be a blessing, man. That's all. We just wanted to help out, eat, show love. I should have got a lamb burger. Not looking back on it, because that lamb burger is good. From what he said, I got some regular, but Mark Cuban actually came through, and people were trying to get in to come see him and pitch him. I ain't want none of that. I just said, hey, I'm gonna get a photo with you really quickly, and then I'll just send you a DM. I'll send you a message later. Took the photo. I uploaded it, sent him a message, asked to interview him, and he said yeah. And ever since then, he's actually been a mentor in the wings for me. Just it's always, I know he has like an eye, just making sure, and he even mentioned me on an interview with Roland Martin, and then if you go look on his on some of his prior interviews, he said he don't take mentors, but he don't take mentees, but he definitely said that he mentors me, and it's been an absolute honor to be able to be connected to him, because man, when I say, like, not because man, forget his money. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with me. It's just the knowledge, the manner in which you navigate life. That is what inspires me, and that's what continues to inspire me about him. Like, just being able to wield this life in a way to where, you want your universe to look how you want it to look, because he's doing what he wants to do. And so, I want to get to that place. And so I watch, I look, I take notes, and I'm honestly actively trying to do the same thing. Get my universe to look how I want it to look,
Yeah. And it's just amazing because like we said earlier, you was just there eating and he just
Yep.
so happened to be in the same place as you and you
Right.
just went over to take a picture. You tweeted the picture and
Yep.
then you asked him to do an interview and this cat responded back, "Let's go."
Yeah, he did, man. I'll never forget it, man. And man, but oh my God, I want to talk about like all the stuff that came with that.
Mhm.
But it's like, um, yeah, like that was it was absolutely amazing, man. And we did it at this Jamaica restaurant, man, in Dallas, man, and big shout out to them. I want to always make sure I show them love because he hosted us. The food was amazing as well. But yeah, man, shout out to them as well, man. And shout out to him. He's like I said, that's my mentor.
But
Uh,
you asked him a tough question too, man, because you asked him and I'm just going from what I read, you
mhm.
asked him like what is he teaching his kids that will prevent his kids from being afraid of your 1-year-old son, Michael, when he grows up? I
Yeah,
thought that was such a like brilliant question to ask him and a brave question because like he's Mark Cuban. And I
I'm.
mean,
I
that was pretty
mean,
bold.
but that's the thing, man. Like you gotta step out on faith and just be willing. And he said it. He didn't want to. He didn't want to read the questions beforehand. He didn't want none of those questions beforehand, man. And he was like, I'm like, okay, well, for sure, I got you. And the wild part is that man, he was cracking jokes on me. Like he made fun of me, like for real. Like, and it was. I want to be very clear, y'all. Mark Cuban has jokes, like, and they're actually pretty good. So be prepared. But nah, man, he in that conversation, especially at that time period with what everything was taking place, and even though it's still happening now, we still have people dying from police brutality, from people calling the police on kids. Like I'll never forget. I just saw this little guy called, and he was a politician, called the cops on a little girl that was you know literally spraying trees with water. And he said this little and how he described her just mortified me. This small African American woman, dog. She's 9 years old. Like I don't like she's 9. She's a child. Uh, I I respect that he's actually able to wield his knowledge to prepare his children for interactions with kids that look like my child. You know, um, and so in that's something that I will always respect about him. And he's I mean he's a good dude. I've assessed a lot of people's characters in my lifetime, and that man, like, there's a reason why I keep him as a mentor. He's actually a good person.
Wow. So we got another question for you.
What's up?
So, did meeting Mark put extra pressure on you to succeed at the highest level?
Man, you know what? I would say that I'm already my own worst critic, and talking to my therapist. Shout out to my therapist. About
We
this.
all need them.
We all need. I'm trying to tell
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you. But no, I already had that in me. It's just that I got another name attached to me that just so happened to be worth billions. But it's not like, oh, okay, well, hey, no, I already got it in me to succeed. Um, I have no choice, man. I have no choice in the matter. I already know that like my steps are, divinely ordained to where like I have to be successful. I have to inspire others and to pursue what it is in which that they want to do with their own lives. So no, I wouldn't say that it did. I'm just thankful though, like, hey, look, that guy's there as well.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty amazing, man. I love that. I love that. So, we're going to move on to the next thing because, time is like really going by, man. We are already 40 minutes in.
Oh man.
Like, dang, what's going on here? So, Ezel, you're single, right?
um At this point in time, yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, you're single.
Yes. Yes.
So I posted this video clip of you, and you were talking about equally yoked.
Right.
So what does equally yoked mean to you? Because growing up, people always thought it meant religious beliefs. Like if you're a Christian, you have to be with a Christian. If you're Baptist, you can't be with a Pentecostal or something like that. Just a
Right.
little crazy stuff. What does that mean to you?
Well, for me, it really means being able to have the same level of understanding. That is what being equally yoked is to me. Being not only just, understanding of, oh, okay, hey, I see you have to pray 5 times a day. I respect that. This is what I'm going to do during those times, and here's how I'm going to help you out through that. Or, hey, I see that you have to go here during these times. This is where you work, and this is how, having a similar level of understanding and being open to accept the things in which comes with this person, right? Equally yoked to me is not the, oh, I make 6 figures, you make 6 figures, cool. No, 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 no. Can you understand the work that goes into making this amount of money? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you, like, oh, I got 2 kids, and I see you have no kids, that we're not equally yoked. No, 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 no. Can you understand the work that it goes into raising these children? Can I understand the freedom that in which you have, without being with child, and can we come to a collective agreement on what to do within our relationship? That's what being equally yoked is to me. Being able to have an equal amount of understanding and build from there. Having the wherewithal, the mindset, the heart to be able to say, yeah, we can build from this spot right here. We can do this. You know.
Yeah. So with you being such a creative genius, what problems? Because it's unbelievable that they probably think like this dude is a player. He's not single, but like, why is it hard for you to remain in a relationship? We know it's not hard for you to find a relationship, but is it hard for you to stay in a relationship? And if so, why?
Uh, First off, we're not just gonna glide by the creative genius part. I appreciate that. I like that. Ezel Moon, creative genius. Okay, but my my exes would say that I don't know how to communicate. Um, that is what's been my issue, and communication is literally one of the basic things that to build a relationship. Um, and I've had to learn the hard way through losing some amazing. I've lost some amazing people, um, you know, and other people I definitely said I had to push you away because you're. What I thought what we were going to be. I was wrong. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. I'm sorry. I lied to myself. I lied to you too a little bit, but I'm so sorry. I lied to myself first. And of all deception, self-deception is the worst. Remember that. But no. I would say it would be like the communication portion was the hard part. But therapy, man, therapy will tell you like owning up to your stuff, to your funk is so hard, but so beautiful. Like there's been times where I like sit back and I'm like, man, I wish I could tell these people I apologize for the underdeveloped person I was when we were
Mm.
together, but you blocked me, so I can't tell you nothing. So I get it. I got you blocked too on other things because I was petty like that at the time. I need to unblock you, but it's okay though. It just is what it is. I'm gonna move on and do better in my next relationship. But no, in all honesty though, communication was a barrier, and it should in fact be a building block. So that was my issue. That will no longer be an issue for the person that I decide to spend the rest of my life with.
Okay, so you worked on your communication skills.
Work on it. I'm still working, bro. Like I'm still working. That's one thing. Look, and just PSA, y'all. Let me be real with y'all. I mean, I've been real this entire time. You know, pull some amazing stuff out of me in this interview. It is never ending. The work does not end. You could be on the second to last day in which you are about to perish. You will still have work to do on yourself. Y'all, it doesn't end. And the thing is, but it doesn't have to be as hard as we make it. You can actually make the work fun for yourself. It's just the manner in which you do it. You just have to practice. Gotta practice, man. You gotta practice. But yeah.
So let me ask you this here, because in that interview, well, that segment where you were speaking, you were saying, like equally yoked, being a part of two, like, or someone that's going to get up and go to a rally with you that next morning, early, and how important
Service.
is that understanding when it comes to what you are passionate about? Because I think a lot of times when people, both male and female, they get in a relationship with someone who is passionate about their grind or their hustle, they can't understand it, and a lot of times they become a little jealous of the grind and the hustle.
Right.
But support is like huge to someone who is really in their grind. So how important is that for you?
Man, so funny enough, all of this right here could in fact be conquered with communication. Like at the very beginning, just clearly communicate, hey, I need your support. If I'm up here doing this amazing thing, like I need you to share the stuff out. I need you to, that right there it's so
Michael? I mean, Ezel, you there, man? Hey, well, we're gonna go by a quick second while he gets back unfrozen here. So, okay. So we got some good questions out here. So when he comes back, we have this question here. It looks like we're having a few little technical difficulties. If you were if you were not blocked, would you have seriously called for to apologize since you are now more self-aware? That's a really good question. I really want to know the answer to that too. Okay, he's logging out. He's gonna come right back. So, how many of you, and let's see this in the comment section, how many of you have some people that maybe you should call or send a message and apologize? Would you apologize to them? Put your answers in the comments and let's see what we get. Or would you just say, hey, to hell with you, I'm done with you, I'm not apologizing, I'm done? So let's see your answers. Chronicles of Sir said, get somebody else to do it. Oh my God. So,
I don't know what happened.
And you had me so razzled, I done called you Michael. I was like, Michael, you still there?
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, brother. I don't know what happened.
Dude, we live. That happens. There ain't no apology needed. Well, maybe I should block you. Then you can want to apologize to me too.
No, please. Bro, don't do I apologize. I want to say I apologize. Because
Ezel, he's back locked up. Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna get this connection going. So let's see here. Okay, so Chronicles of Surge said get somebody else to do it. David, he just laughed. David, we want to answer from you. Would you apologize? Oh, well, you said yes, you would apologize. That's pretty good. Okay, and Patricia said no comment. No comment. Pat, you have a big heart. I think you would. And so Yolanda said, I kinda want to, but then again, I'm like, for what? Yeah, I kind of agree. Okay, so here we go, Ezel. You back?
I am. It better not mess up again. Like I don't got to. I've been enjoying this. I don't know why it's acting like this now. We've been rocking. Everything has been solid. I don't know what's going on.
So we just kept going with the question. So we got a question
Okay.
for you. So someone asked me a question. Would you apologize? First off, I am very apologetic. I'm a very apologetic person. So of course I would have apologized before you blocked me. So if you block me, you ain't getting nothing else from me. Okay, so Willie said depends on the situation. Okay, and that's my brother Willie there. Thank you for watching. So we did have a question for you. Hold on, let me find it here. Scroll up. So Yolanda says, if you were not blocked, would you have seriously called to apologize since you are now more self-aware?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I would have. Um, and the only reason why it would be because I would at least want to be able to have a conversation to provide um to show them that I understood what it was that they were talking about in those time periods when we were together and I wasn't doing the what needed to sustain those what needed to be done to sustain those relationships. Absolutely, I would. Yeah.
So, and you would voluntarily call and apologize.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just because that's just how I am as a person. I always believe like, yeah, I would. I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I posed that question to the audience, and I asked them, and David responded first, and David said yes, he would call and apologize. That's very admirable of him. Serge said, get somebody else to do it.
Mm-mm. Get somebody else to do
it. Pat said no comments.
it.
And
Not doing
Yolanda, who asked the question, she said, I kind of want to, but then again, I'm like, for what? So she sounds like she has somebody she might need to apologize to.
it. Sound like it. Sound like somebody that you got somebody you need to reach out to and be like, excuse me, I'm sorry for who I was at that time period. You know, I've grown and evolved since then. So, that makes sense. Go ahead, reach out and, say sorry.
And I'm going to put this disclaimer out here. The Dope Ass Dude podcast is not liable
Trying to
when they
tell you,
cuss you
please
out.
do. Ezel Moon is not liable for you getting cussed out, nothing else. Like, look, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Call at your own discretion. And Willie said, depends on the situation. Okay. Oh, we got another one. Tracy said, depends. What's the benefit of apologizing? God forgives us, right? And Ezel is locked up again. I think Ezel might need to really apologize to some folks. Let's see, is he back? Nope, he's still locked up. He's still locked up. Okay, so that's a pretty good question. So let me ask you guys this here. Let me see what Yolanda say. Y'all funny. Okay, well, Yolanda, we just telling you, if you call and you apologize to this person that you believe you've wronged in the past, and they cuss you out and be like, hey, I didn't want you to call me. I blocked you, which means I don't want to talk to you. Don't hold us responsible for your feelings being hurt because, hey, I'm telling you not to do it. Ezel is saying, do it. But while Ezel is getting his situation fixed over there, guys, so let me ask you guys another question. When you break up with someone, has someone ever broken up to you and you still broken up with you, but you still need closure? And if you need closure, would their apology be enough? Would that be closure for you? Would you be able to move on from that point? Or do you think you still need a little bit more? Put your comments out there. Let me see what you got to say here. So again, the question is, if they broke up with you, they dumped you, you were hurt, and you didn't get any closure, would an apology give you that closure and allow you to move on from that relationship?
Man, an apology isn't gonna give nobody any type of closure. But what it will do is it will in fact bring you a certain level of peace when it comes to, navigating in the future, like relationships that that way you don't put yourself in a place to where you have to apologize for the things that you do. You
Well,
know.
we got some pretty good, interesting responses. So Chronicles of Surge says, nope, moving right along, the door is closed. And then David responded and he said, no, I need my space. Leave me alone. Wow, he's kind of cruel too. Him and Serge must be from the same area. So come on, what else we got? If you were broken up with, would you need that closure? Would an apology be that closure for you? Okay, well, hey, I can just say for me, and I've been there before. Oh, hold on, we got another one here. So Pat said, no closure necessary. Just keep it moving. Life goes on. Okay. Okay. Because I think a lot of times in relationships, especially those when we were broken up with and we are hurting, we do believe if that person called and apologized to us, that we will be able to move on. If you can't move on without that apology, you're not going to be able to move on with the apology. Moving on is a choice that you make yourself. So before we go to Sherry, Willie said closure is the breakup. Closure is the breakup, and especially if it was a bad one, because you should never. I think a lot of times we are always remembering the person we met, not the person we left. When it's a breakup, always remember the person you left. That's who they are, not they're no longer the person you met. So Sherry says, at one point, I wanted an explanation. An apology would not be closure. Now that I'm older, I'm good regardless. Congrats, Sherry. And let's see, we got Yolanda here. She said, agree, it's a choice. And Serge came back with another one. I also can't stand when someone says they need a break when in a relationship.
Man, we don't do breaks, man. That's all. It's over with.
I'm telling you, like, Ezel, I'm at a phase in my life, and this is nothing rude to anyone. I don't do breaks anymore. I've tried doing that before. If you need a break from me, I'm going to give you a break for good.
Yeah.
I don't you don't pick me up, put me down and pick me up at your discretion. I'm
Uh,
not in that place anymore.
what? No, never and never, never, ever, ever, ever. Because I mean, in my younger years, you call for a break. All right, I'm gonna go off and break somebody back. But nah, we not doing that. Like, like nah, we're not doing that. Like,
Oh my God. Oh
nah.
my God. You are hilarious.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just saying. It's just, it doesn't. You don't dissolve a relationship temporarily. That's not how that works. We either gonna do this or we not. So that's it. You
Yeah.
know.
You're either in it or you're not,
I didn't.
but I think that comes with time and with people growing and being sometimes it takes you to be hurt really bad for you to get to that place, because again, like I say, when people say, hey, I need a break, what is it that you need a break from? And I get, it translate, hey, I'm not gonna fool with you for right now. And when I decide I want to fool with you again,
Again.
I come back to you. No, we ain't doing all of that. We're gonna let you just go on and go by your way.
Yeah.
So Ezel, how would you like for people to get in touch with you? Your email is ezelmoonwork@gmail.com. And,
Absolutely.
and how else can they get in touch with you?
Now, honestly, shoot me a DM at Ezelmoon underscore on Twitter and Instagram, and you can also friend me on Facebook. I'm really the only Ezelmoon there is on Facebook, so yay! So yeah, just shoot me a message, and I will gladly respond to you.
Nice, nice. And while you're out there, everybody, if you can just go ahead and hit that like button right now, while you're there, hit that like button. And if you want to share this with your friends and family, please do that. But make sure you go out. It's a couple of things. Make sure you go out, get Ezel's books. They are amazing. great books for you and your kids. If you have kids, if you have nieces and nephews that are, in that age group of 3 to 7, I mean, they're learning a couple of things. They're learning their colors. They're learning at least how to count to 10 and how to count down from 5. So they're great learning tools, and they have great lessons. So make sure you go out and follow Ezel on Twitter and IG. It's right there on the screen, scrolling by at Ezel Moon _. Go follow him there. And then, like I said, next time. Oh, and also go and follow his podcast, EMC, right? Ezel
Right.
Moon.
The Ezel Moon channel. So funny enough, you have youtube.com/c/the EMC. And that stands for Ezel Moon channel.
And you can just type in his name and a frank conversation, and his channel will pull up. But go subscribe to his channel, check him out. And he has a event that he's doing here in Dallas, Broga.
Yes.
I'm gonna be there for that, man.
Man, I appreciate it. Please make sure you get your ticket, man. It's actually, and tell folks, man, because like people are like, it's being sold out. Like a lot faster than I thought it was. So please make sure you get your ticket. I was glad when I see you, I got you. But like, please, man, tell everybody, Broga, it is going down. I definitely believe in fitness and doing yoga to help with your mental state. So y'all make sure you guys be at Broga, and ladies, you guys can attend as well. Don't think we love to have y'all out as well.
And Ezel, explain to them exactly what the event. And we're saying Broga. They're probably like, "What the hell is Broga?" They don't know. So
basically, it's yoga for the fellas. Like I said, ladies, you guys can come as well. But afterwards, we'll have a discussion on how it impacted their mental health. And it'll be led by actually having a therapist come by. So please make sure you guys attend. And it's gonna be a good time. We'll throw some music on at the end. So you might even see me actually set out a hop, do a little something. I'll be in rare form. So we'll see y'all there. And shout out to Red Crown, He Said What Network, and Suban Fitness for helping make this a thing. And big shout out to my guy Chris X as well. Make sure y'all are there. Please. And like, tell everybody at church, tell everybody at work, tell them, hey, come on, we going. It don't matter, we going. We gotta.
And what's the date again?
April 22nd. And it'll be
April 22nd. So it's in next weekend.
Yeah.
Next weekend. So definitely get. And you're working with Sean Burns, right?
Yep, Sean Burns is gonna be the one that leads the yoga instruction. So
and it's like in Bishop Arts. Is it?
No, it's gonna oddly enough, it's a spot like it's in Duncanville.
Okay.
So, if you need a ride, let me know.
And this is coming from somebody that don't live in Dallas, so don't listen to me.
But like, I'll make a way to get somebody with a car to come get you and bring you out. Just let me know.
And if you guys want to go, the dope ass dude will get your ticket for you. It's one of you, just one. I ain't gonna say everybody, but
one ticket from him.
One ticket. If you want to go, just DM me and I got you. But it's here in Dallas next Saturday, April 22nd, Broga, and it's gonna be an amazing event. And I'm gonna be there. I'm excited to get a chance to meet Ezel and everything. So definitely go check his page out. Information is on his page on Instagram. I think, guys, this has been amazing. Ezel, thank you for coming on the show, man. And this connection is far bigger than just this podcast. So I look forward to the future with you, man.
Same, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, everybody, have a great night. And next week, the guest for next week is Ryan Hinkson. His name is Eat Famous on Instagram. Go check this guy out. He is in Canada, but he travels the world eating at different restaurants. And I just saw a video today and I love pizza. And this guy was eating like a slice of pizza that was like 3 feet long. So I'm like, dude, what are you doing? But okay, he's going to be here next week, and I'm excited to have him here. So tune in next Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Everybody have a great night. Peace.
Peace.